to the right, we have everybody's favorite mom and pop tortoises, Bob and Gertrude. Now, Bob and Gertrude have been waiting on their eggs to hatch for the last 23 years. Now, I'm no expert, but that does seem a little excessive if you ask me. Speaking of stinky egg jokes, we got another stinky joke for you folks. Who's ready? What the left eye say to the right eye? Between you and me, something smells. Must be Captain Jordan's jokes. Over here to the right, we have everybody's favorite construction dinosaur, Lazy Pete. Now, Lazy Pete has been building for Coast Cruise since we opened our doors back in 1999. In fact, he just finished his most recent project over here on the left, the Wacky Elephant. Now, the Wacky Elephant is made of over 206,000 individual pieces. And here's a fun fact about elephants for you guys. Did you guys know that elephants can grow up to 4 feet? That's right, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. How cool is that? Now, I've only ever grown 2 feet myself, and I do find that pretty impressive if you ask me. But speaking of 4 feet and elephants, we got another friend over here to the left. This is Elsie the elephant. So everyone say hi to Elsie.
Hi.
Now, Elsie's a little bit smaller than her wacky counterpart at 271,000 pieces. And she's under the weather, folks. You might think that's water coming out of her trunk, but I'm here to tell you, it's not. Don't worry, Elsie. We'll be back with a box of tissues and we'll vitamin C real soon.
Whoa.
Now over here to the left, we have the rest of Lazy Pete's resident construction dinosaur crew. They're hard at work or hardly working, bringing some big Duplos all the way up the hill over to Kitty Power Tower. And their little ones are working on their skateboard skills. Now, folks, I don't know much, but one thing is for Dino sure. These guys are gonna be dinosaur tomorrow. Now, folks, are we liking the tour? Are we liking the jokes? Then we better change that. Obviously, they need to get worse. And you guys know the difference between an electric guitar and an electric eel. There are 3 main differences. You can tune a guitar, but you can't tune a fish. That's a classic one. One will rock you, one will shock you, and the biggest difference is the strings. There's no strings on an eel, folks. But speaking of eels, we're here in England. I hope you like jet lag, because everybody just got some. We got 2 things to look at here. We've got the Elizabeth Tower and the London Eye. Now, the Elizabeth Tower has a bell, and the bell that you're hearing right now is the Big Ben. And believe it or not, the Elizabeth Tower's clock is actually accurate, guys. That's right, a whopping 2 times a day. And between both of these wonderful locations, there's 156,000 individual views. And they come with a fun fact about England. Now, did you guys know that England is the wettest place on Earth? It's true, the kings and queens have been reigning there for as long as I can remember. But right ahead, we have the next stop on our tour, and this is the Lions Gate Bridge, named after, you guessed it, all those lions. Now, the lions are 17,000 individual pieces each, and we're built with no instructions. And I'm not lying, they are. But here at Coast Cruise, we like to call this bridge the Waffle Bridge. And if you don't get why, that's all right. The punchline just went right over our heads as we were speaking. Now over here to the left, we have the Taj Mahal, or as we like to call it around these parts, the Taj Mahal, simply because it's not all that Taj Mahal. It is made of 143,000 individual pieces, no more, no less than that, folks, is Taj Mahal. Now up here, we have the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Time sure flies when we're having fun, folks. Please stay seated, my friend. Now, this is the Eiffel Tower. At over 17 feet tall, made of over 117,000 individual pieces, the Eiffel Tower is certainly a sight to behold. Now, folks, I had a really funny joke about the Eiffel Tower, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I forgot. I'm forgetful sometimes, but maybe I'll remember it next time around. Now over here to the left, we have a little tip
Oh, you told the science for that. Mama?
Right, folks, a lot of 0 pieces. But our real next stop is going to be at Mount Rushmore in South Dakota. Now Mount Rushmore is made of over
Science
230,000
you have the science book put up.
and the next one of our presidents, George Washington, Abe Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson, and Teddy Roosevelt. But George is losing his
Come on,
hearing.
George.
Listen
Don't
in,
you have a
folks.
backbone?
Honestly, you two, those people are listening. Quit picking on George.
Oh, come on, Lincoln. Where's your sense of humor?
It's been 7 years since you said something funny, Teddy, and it'll be 4 years until you do again. Just ignore them, George. What?
I keep telling these guys to stop bullying George, but I can't get through to them. They're just so hard-headed.
Mama कहती pictures नहीं
But
बनाई
before
मैंने कहा
we move
pictures
on,
बना के
folks,
कैमरे में
who
ऐसे
can
पड़ी
find
रहती
the
हैं
hidden
ऐसा
presidents? There are 2 hidden presidents at the top of Mount Rushmore. Front row sees them. Second row sees them. Middle row see them. That's right, guys. Make sure you're waving hi to our former president. And of course, the third hidden president right over here. Barack's behind you. Told you the jokes get worse, folks. Now over here to the left, we have Miniland USA, scale models of some of the most popular cities from all over the country. But today we're going to be looking at Mini New York. Now to the left, we have the not-so-mini Statue of Liberty at over 122,000 individual pieces. And of course, we have the scenic New York skyline made of over 8 million bricks. And folks, if you look very closely, you'll notice the dinosaurs in Midtown. Can you guys guess what they're up to? They're hunting for big apples, folks. Imagine how disappointed they were when all they found were hot dogs. And a love for tap dance. It's just hard to find shoes in their size. Now over here on the left is my favorite part of the tour, folks. Take a look. We've got a pile of rocks. I'd say something funny about those, but you just might take them for granted. And they're sandstone. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm no geologist. All I know is that they're definitely not made out of Lego. But here we are back at the Waffle Bridge, which means it's time for a waffle joke. Who's hungry? No, I'm starving. What do you call a waffle that you drop in the beach, folks? A San Diego. You call it a San Diego. Thank you. I'll be here all week, and I'll tell you what, if I do a good enough job here today, I might just be here next week too. I certainly hope so. Now over here on the left, we have little New England Harbor, where you're never quite sure what you're gonna see next. What's going on over here, folks? No, guys, my friend Gulliver's having some medical issues. But the Miniland medics are on the scene, and with a little bit of plastic surgery, I think he's gonna make a full recovery. Now, here we have the last stop on our tour. Not sad to see, but we're pretty good. But here we are at the Octopus Band. And apparently, we have some pretty special guests. All the Sharkies on the guitar, Ringo Starfish on the clams, John G. Lennon on the shells, and of course, Seahorse Harrison on the trumpets. And yes, Beatles fans, they are performing in Octopus Garden. Alrighty, folks, of all my audiences today, you've certainly been the most recent. I'm just kidding. You guys were awesome. Remember to keep your hands, arms, feet, legs, tails, whiskers, and claws inside of the vehicle until we come to a complete stop. And parents, remember to grab all of those little pieces as you go. Yes, unfortunately, we can no longer hold on to your kids. Change of policy.